Should you buy the M2 Pro MacBook Pro? No. Is the best of the best amazing? How are the speakers? Well, maybe. Holy crap, I didn't realize. Great time to buy. For some people, it's a pointless waste of money. For some people, it's a great upgrade. What the hell, Apple? It depends on what and where you're coming from. First off, the build quality is exceptional. Apple makes very well-built products. This device is completely identical on the outside to the 2021 model, which is a good thing. Everyone loved that redesign. It has great port selection. They got rid of the touch bar. They brought back MagSafe. They bumped up to an excellent high refresh rate mini LED display. The keyboard is really good and the trackpad is amazing. This actually leads me to a question from the comments on my unboxing video. Neat Games TV asked, curious if it feels any bigger or heavier than the old 13-inch models. It doesn't feel any bigger. It's essentially the same footprint as the Touch Bar MacBook Pros. It's slightly bigger and heavier. It weighs about 0.2 kilograms more than those models, but has a bigger screen, 14.2 inches compared to 13.3. I still have a mid-2012 MacBook Pro to compare to, so it feels a lot lighter than that one. The mid-2012 weighs 2.06 kilograms compared to the new design, which weighs 1.6. How's the display and speakers? The display is incredible, just like it was in 2021. It's a mini LED HDR 16:10, almost 4K high refresh rate display. It's pretty much everything you could want from a laptop display, except for the notch. For comparison's sake, here's my mid-2012 MacBook Pro beside it. This display is before they switched to Retina in 2012, so it will obviously look much better. We're looking at 9 years of display advancements between the two of them. It's hard to truly show how different the screen is. The picture quality is going through my camera, through YouTube's compression, and then onto whatever screen you're watching this on. But the screen is amazing. Also, there's studio quality microphone sound surprisingly good. How are the speakers? They're terrific. Holy crap, I didn't realize how good MacBook Pro speakers have gotten. They're clear and crisp with some actual low end from 4 woofers. And they get super loud. There's lots of bass, a surprising amount of bass. I was listening to a video with headphones on, and when I unplugged my headphones, I was caught off guard by how much bass was coming out of the laptop. I completely forgot what I wanted to do and just stayed and watched the rest of the video. Once again, this is my old MacBook for comparison. Definitely not the best sound. Apple has made many improvements since then, but just to compare, here's the sound from my old MacBook Pro. Here's the sound from the new MacBook Pro. This device, when you combine the display and the speakers together, is the best of the best from Apple in terms of viewing experience and media consumption. How's M2 Pro? The big leap in processing power was from the Intel MacBook Pros to the Apple Silicon ones. So no one is expecting a big leap in performance year over year. We're back to incremental changes. The new processors give you 20% more CPU performance, 30% more GPU performance, and 40% more neural processing power when you compare them to M1 Pro and M1 Max. What can you do better or faster than before? Well, the M1 Pro and M1 Max were great for video and photo editing. They're still great. For everyday, non-demanding tasks, they're probably overkill. One surprising thing is that for the entry-level 512 gigabyte version, the storage read and write speeds are actually slower than the M1 Pro version. Instead of using 2 NANDs for their 512 gigabyte version, like in the 2021 model, they use 1. So read and write speeds are half as fast as the M1 Pro and M1 Max. Will you notice? Probably not, just not as fast as they could be. This brings me to another question from the comments on my unboxing video. Question from Brock Elliott. Next video, put on the things you least like and the smoothness of video editing capabilities. So, just like before, super smooth for video editing. If you're coming from anything Intel, you're gonna notice a huge improvement. If you're comparing this to M1 Pro, for things like exporting and rendering, you have a slight improvement, but not super noticeable. If you're exporting in, working in ProRes all the time, then you'll notice consistent improvements. The thing I least like is the notch. It ruins an otherwise perfectly designed laptop. I mean, if I want to really nitpick, I could say that it should be a touchscreen with Apple Pencil support, but never mind that. The display looks amazing, but the notch. What the hell, Apple? It doesn't need to be there. They didn't even add Face ID like some people speculated they would.
If the next version of this laptop still has a notch this big and doesn't add Face ID, I'll wear socks and sandals for a day.
Samsung just unveiled their Galaxy Book 3 Ultra and it doesn't have a notch. Apple, you're the only company with one. Yes, you stop noticing it after a while, especially if you're watching content, but it's 2023. Laptops shouldn't have notches. I'm pretty sure they never had notches up until now, but yeah, that's my gripe with Apple. Battery life is really good, just like 2021's models. I didn't get the 18 hours of video playback like they're claiming, but battery life is really good. Some other improvements, Wi-Fi 6E. But I don't have a 6E router and I don't currently experience any Wi-Fi congestion, so I don't see any faster speed. You won't notice anything on a day-to-day basis, but it's nice for future-proofing's sake. Bluetooth 5.3, also nice for future-proofing. HDMI 2.1. This is another future-proofing thing. It really should have been on the 2021 model. Everyone's glad they brought it to this year. I don't have a high refresh rate monitor either. Most people use high refresh rate monitors when gaming competitively, which you can't really do on a Mac, so if you were about to buy an M1 Pro or M1 Max, this is a great time to buy. You get more performance and slightly better hardware for the money you were already going to spend. This year's laptop isn't for people who already have an M1 Pro or M1 Max. This is for people who have an older Intel MacBook or an older Windows laptop. Who should upgrade? Maybe if you're on an M1 device like a MacBook Air or the 13-inch MacBook Pro and it's just not cutting it for the type of work you're doing, this would be a great device to upgrade to. If you also routinely use 8K displays and HDMI 2.1, this would be a good upgrade too. It has lots of battery power, a beautiful display, and pretty good everything else for $2,000. Now, if you were thinking of getting an M1 Pro or Max and would be fine with that, and don't care about the absolute bleeding edge of technology, maybe look for upcoming sales at Best Buy or something. Right now in the refurbished section of the Apple website, you can get an entry-level 14-inch M1 Pro for $1,539. That saves you nearly $500 on a laptop that can still handle all of your daily non-demanding stuff, can still handle your video editing, photo editing, has an amazing screen and speaker combination, and some of the best battery life you can get on a laptop. If you do end up going with the M1 Pro and saving yourself $500, you could use that to buy a Steam Deck that starts at $399, which you can actually play AAA games on. You can check my review out here, or you can use that $500 to buy an iPad, and you can check out my buying guide here.